then you will select the web, and in this you will select ASP.NET empty website. Okay, and then you will click OK. I'm just saving this previous website which another class was doing. Once you save it, it will look like this. So interface is like this. So interface has few things, like there is a toolbox which is currently empty, there is a solution explorer, then we have properties window. So what we need to do, we need to add a page. So what we need to do is, where it is written web application 8 which we have added, you go to the add and you go to the new items and you click on web form, and you can rename it if you want, because I wanted to make it as an index page. This is the index page of my website. I will put index and then I will click add. So I am showing you, see. So now we have learned few HTML codes now, so we can recognize these few of the things, like this is the source page, and whatever you do the changes here you can see on the design page. Okay, so suppose if I am putting one heading tag here, putting h1 tag here, so suppose I am writing suppose software development services. Suppose I am giving it a name. So see, you can see this. So you can see the changes just like we save. So on this, what happens in Visual Studio? What is a Visual Studio actually? It is an IDE. What it is an IDE, Integrated Development Environment. It is an IDE. It is known as Integrated Development Environment. So for this software, what you need to do, you need to download this. So let me tell you. Yeah, tell me.
Your screen is not clear, sir.
Not clear?
Yes, sir.
So you need to check your internet connection, because from my end the screen can be visible or not visible to you, but if it is not clear, you need to check your internet connection, because from my end, yeah. Okay, you can switch off your video and then you can see this. Maybe the internet speed is lacking. Okay, so I'm talking about Visual Studio. What is a Visual Studio? It is an IDE. So I'm just sending this notes to you. So IDE is Integrated Development Environment. What is an Integrated Development Environment? It is a place where you get all the things, like we have toolbox here, we can add controls from here, then we have source code page here, then we have design page here, and if I double click on this page, left click, I can get the source page. So what is the source page means? Means we are doing the programming in C#. So we will be doing in programming in C#. So we will be using the language C#. So you can see this page name is index.aspx.cs and the page name is index.aspx. So now let's understand what is index.aspx. So index is the page name we have given, page name given by user, and .aspx is the extension which stands for active server pages. Okay, so this is the full form is only active server pages, means the full form is still ASP only. Okay, so this is the meaning. So now the next page was index.aspx.cs. So these two pages are same. This is actually the design page and this is the server code page. Okay, and you can call it this design page, or you can even call it as a client code page. I told you that in web programming we have two type of coding. One is client side scripting and one is server side scripting. So So this is actually server side scripting code which will not be visible to user, and this is the client side scripting code which is visible to user. Means suppose if I go to the design page again, and in this design if I do something like if I put here beige color, so I'm putting it as yellow, saving it here into this. So if I go to the how to run it, I'm just running it. In order to run this application, what you need to do, you need to just let me tell you again how to run this. You can right click on the page and you will get an option of view in browser. So suppose the default browser is Google Chrome, you can change it also. How to do it? Here you can see Google Chrome, it is written. If you go to the drop down list, you can see all the browsers that are there in your system. हेलो, बस ये सेंटर में है तो मतलब हम हाँ बस थोड़ी देर में खत्म हो गया। ठीक है आओ हैं? नहीं बस यहीं उतर लेना, यहीं पे ठीक 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 है। देखिए अब जाएंगे भी, मुलाकात होगी उनसे। एक फ्रेंड है मेरा तो जानने वाले हैं STF में, उन्होंने कहा नंबर हमको भी दे देना, हमारे भी STF वालों का तो पूरा नेटवर्क रहता है ना, इसलिए ताकि मतलब वो बताएंगे ना बेटर कि क्या करना है। नहीं तो कहने का मतलब ये कि मानो नंबर आप कर लिया, अगला आदमी गायब होने की कोशिश किया तो भाई STF तो मानो कहीं से उठा लेगा भाई। वो लोग तो कहना ये कि आप ले दो, हम तो 2 दिन में आपको दिलवा देंगे। STF वाले उठवा लेते हैं ना, बाकी मारना शुरू करेंगे तो अभी आदमी तुरंत देगा, 1 से 2 दिन के अंदर देगा। Okay. Am I audible? So if you go to the page which we have run here, so see, you can see this page. See, this page is index.aspx and localhost is the server name. What is the localhost? Localhost is the server. Localhost is actually the server. Which server? Your own system. So until and unless you make your website live, till the time the system, the software or the application which is you are testing is running on your system, so your system is only the server, and when your system is the server, it is actually known as localhost. Okay, so you can see the page name here, and using the page name, and if I go to the source, view source like we did in the other pages, you can see all the code are visible, but you will see little this looking little different, like this input box is not as same as you are using, and this also is something different which we have not used. Div tag we have used, h1 we have used, form tag we have used, body, HTML, title, head, these are the same which we have used, you know that. Method I have told you, action we have not done, ID we have not done, so these are few things. So this is actually a client page, you will not be able to see the server codes. Okay, if I put a server code in this page, so you will not be able to see. Okay, so what a server code? Suppose if I go and insert a table in this page, so see I have inserted the table. If you go and see, the table code is there, it's ready. I have done in just a millionth of a second. So if you are making with the help of normal notepad, you will see that it will take a lot of time, but I have created a table within a second. Okay, so are you getting? So why we are using this Visual Studio? Because Visual Studio will make your design thing very easy, and it will even help you in doing the things. Okay, so if you go to the toolbox here, you can see, if I close this, if I close all of them, so these type of controls we have, and actually till now what we have learned this HTML1. Okay, we have learned the HTML1, and these you have not learned: standard, data, validity, validation, navigation, login, web parts. All these we will. So we will be learning standard, data, validation. These we will learn later on. This we have already learned. Okay, so whatever you have done till now, I can do it in few seconds. Okay, so I will show you how I can do that. So I will delete this. I can delete this from front also. I can delete the table code from the background also. Only the table. So why we have learned HTML? Because you should understand what you are doing. Okay, so if I insert the table here, I can insert like this also. I can add 4 rows, 5 rows, whatever I want. 4 rows, 5 columns, and whatever. Okay, so see, the table is there. I can go from here and I can drag and drop everything which you have done previously. So you can see you have input box here. So I can write down here. Suppose I am writing name here. I will cut it from here. I will put it here. I can drag drop this text box here. Name, then we have subject, and then suppose I can have a city option here. I can go to this and I can put the drag drop one. Okay. So actually we have all the type of controls which we have done. So select. So in the select, if you know the code, then only you can work. So you need to put the options here. Suppose I am putting here Delhi, Mumbai, we have Bangalore. Okay. I am just writing few of them. Okay. I am putting one more control here. I can have a password field here. I will write down first here password, and I will put the control here. Okay. But if we are putting it in table, put it in proper format so that you have this, don't have this problem. So because text is getting aligned, misaligned, so I am putting it in the proper rows and columns. So if you are doing with the HTML code, that will take a lot of time, but here you can do it in few seconds also. Okay. Suppose I am putting it here. Yeah, tell me.
So is Microsoft Visual Studio Code itself on the this one which you are using?
Now this is a Visual Studio. You need to download it from the internet.
Yes, sir. Is it same as VS Code or it is only Visual Studio?
Visual Studio with C#. We are using a C# language.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I told you now, if I go to the file, new project, you will see this language options are there. So you will see this C# is there. If I go to the other languages option, there are other languages also: Visual Basic, C++, F#, JavaScript. But actually C#, why we are using C# only? Because C# is the best language that has been developed with the platform. So whenever you go for a job or any interview, they will basically ask you C#. They will ask you to come with C# because C# is best suited for this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sublime text editor, you will get the text editor here only. The Visual Studio itself is a complete IDE, but we don't require any text editor. Means we we don't require any text editor if we are using the Visual Studio. So we did starting with the notepad, but now we don't actually require it. We can do it from here only. Because why I didn't start from the starting? Because in the starting, if I would have started with Visual Studio, then you would have not learned how to use it. Okay. So now again, if I run the application, I can add all the controls. Now see, these controls have little difference. See, everything is there. See, everything is aligned properly. We go to this. We go to the source. Now see this this source is little different. You can see here the controls, you will be able to understand more of the controls from the previous one, because actually these are HTML controls. Okay, so here we have many different controls, not only this. Here in Visual Studio we have different controls. We have even HTML controls also, and if we see, we have other type of controls also. Okay, so here if we go to the toolbox, we have see the HTML controls. Then apart from this, we have this standard controls. Okay, then data, then validation, then navigation, and all these. Okay, so in standard also we have a lot of controls. In data also we have a lot of controls. Okay, then validation, then navigation, and then so on. Okay, then login and all. There are a lot of things.
Sir, how you get that text box, sir?
This text box. See,
Uh,
yeah, you go to the toolbox. You have one menu written at HTML. If you open it, you see all the controls here. You can just drag it and put it. Okay.
okay, sir.
And the other way we have already learned in HTML, that if I wanted to put one more here, so what I will do first, I will add go to insert, and then I will add row below. Suppose I am shifting this button here, and I can bring, you can go to this PD, and here I can write my own code like we have learned in HTML. Okay, are you getting? So here I can write down the input type. So here input type, in the place of type we put ID equals to text. Okay, so you can just add it like this, and you can see one more text box is here. This I have brought it with the code. Are you getting? Suppose I can make it for, yeah, so I can make it suppose for something like. So I am telling you how Visual Studio can easily develop this for you. Yes, correct. Now you can use your HTML here. So this is your task. This will be your task, that whatever you have learned in HTML, now you will use it in Visual Studio. So you have to, your task is, so today task will be that you need to download this. Okay, no, we will not use any text editor. You need to download this. You can download the trial version from the, or you can download the crack version from the, even from the Microsoft website also you can get it. Okay, and you can also get it from other sources. So if you write a Visual Studio download, you will get trial version from the Microsoft website. You can use that also, and others are also there, so you can use that also. So you can download it from here. Okay, so you can use download.
Sir, which you want to download Visual Studio C#, sir?
No, you need to download only the Visual Studio. When you download the Visual Studio, you will get C# inbuilt inside that. Okay, so the C# is a language. Okay, that is already there in the Visual Studio package. When you download it, it will install, and once you first time when you start, it will ask from which language you wanted to start. So you select C# and it will start. Okay, C# is already there in Visual Studio. You download any of these, so you need to download this one, community one, because this is free. You see this powerful IDE, free for student, open source, this is written now. So download this one. Don't download the professional or the enterprise one, because they will ask you for the, you to pay for it. Yeah.
Sir, I will sending these notes
So for recorded class, you need to talk to the admin. Actually, I don't have authority to send you that, but you need to talk in the group. Only the admin is there, so you talk to the admin, and admin will provide you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
can you send the notes last class, sir? Last class notes.
Okay. I am just zipping today. I will send the whole notes. Actually, I am zipping my folder, and I am sending all the notes which we have done in your class and the other class also. So I will be sending it in a zip form. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so today what you need to do is just go and download it, and what you need to do it, you need to get this toolbox, and from here you need to practice this HTML controls. You have already done it with the help of notepad, but you need to use it here. You need to try to understand and use it here. Okay.
So we need to save that one, sir.
Yeah, same. And if you are not getting this toolbox, then also what you can go is, you can go to this view. See, in the menu file, edit view is there. So if you go to the view, you get all the, see, solution explorer. This is solution explorer. If it is not there, you can get it from here. Team explorer, you see this team explorer here. Server explorer also we don't just now require it. So you get all this, and you get the toolbox from here also. If toolbox is not here, you click here, you will get the toolbox. Okay. Are you getting? If toolbox is not here, you can go to the view and you can get the toolbox from here. If you click it, it will come. Are you getting? So once you have made it, you will right click, you will go to the view in browser option, and then you will be able to visualize it, how it looks like. Clear?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Okay. Okay, then just do it and let me know. So today I will not be doing much more about this, because if I go with this, then that will be little problem, because you need to have this tool first. So you just get this tool and try to do it. Okay. So do in a mixed form, like I did some I did in the code form, and some I did in the form of drag drop. Okay. So use some controls with drag drop, some controls you write it down by yourself. Yeah.
Sir, we don't understand what is the use of HTML is of Microsoft Windows.
Wait, I'm telling you. I told you in the first class also. See, HTML, JavaScript and CSS. This we are using to design the website. Okay. This is used to design the website. Okay. But if someone clicks somewhere in your website and he wanted to save the data of that particular person, if you wanted to check the condition whether the value is given is correct or not, or is there some specific condition, that is done with any language. Although JavaScript is also a language in itself, but we require some language which is server side. So in Visual Studio, basically we have this option also. We first need to design this, then we need to put the backend code, this, that is C# we are using in the form of language, and after that we will connect to a database. So for database we will learn SQL Server, and then we will see how to create a database, and then we will connect all these three. So once you connect all these three, then it becomes a complete website. What are you saying?
What is C# language, sir?
C#.
Can you explain about it?
Yeah, C# language is just like other languages, object-oriented languages, just like Java. We will be learning this in coming classes. Okay. Actually, what I am doing is after starting the Visual Studio. So Visual Studio is a complete platform. Are you getting? Platform where you get all the resources in a single place. Are you getting? So any IDE is nothing but a place where you get all the things under one roof. Are you getting? So Visual Studio is just a helping hand to you, so that you can group all the things together, and then you can complete your website with an ease. Are you getting? C# is a language. A language is a backbone of any technology. Suppose you open any website, and if you suppose you open a Gmail. So Gmail has been designed using this. But when you enter your username and password, so that is processed with a language. Okay, just like C# and Java, there is a language of Google that is known as Go. So it is processed in Go language. Similarly, whatever we will write will be processed in C#. And once you enter your username and password, it is checked in a database. There is a database behind which Gmail have, and they will check from their server whether that user ID and password is valid or not. Are you getting? Then only they will give you a login. So, pardon?
Is there any difference between C or C# language, sir?
Yes, there is a difference. We'll learn that, but I told you, this is an object-oriented programming, and what C language is? C language is a structured programming language. C language is a structured programming language, and all these modern languages like C#, Java, and all these are all object-oriented programming languages. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
So we will be learning this. We will learn this. First, I have just shown you today how the interface look like, how I will add the controls, and now I will be regularly using it. Once you will be in habit of using it, then you will feel very comfortable after few classes. Okay, so in the starting it look like a little odd one, but it will help you a lot. So actually, which page I was showing you, this page. Here I will write down the code, like I will write down the variable integer I equals to 3. So this is the programming, okay, like you have learned in C. Are you getting? So we will learn this also. So we need to learn the language and HTML, JavaScript and CSS, and after that C# language, and then we will see how to get that code, and then we will see how to implement it.